Hi everyone, it's Jenny. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh my goodness, look at the mess. You're probably thinking, what is she doing? Excuse me. I wanted to come on. I'm doing my journal. I'm having an absolute whale of a time, I've got to tell you. I know I'm not feeling very well, but this has cheered me up no end. So I showed you that I'd done the outside covers. I've done the inside. At the moment, I've just put the rose on. I've put my 2 signatures in. Haven't done anything yet, and I've put the back page. So that's the journal. But what I decided to do was I've cut everything out the other night watching TV. I've gone round today. This looks an absolute mess, but bear with me. I've inked everything. My hands are pink. With this pink petunia, this chalk ink. So everything's all inked up, and I had it all in nice little piles, and I was ready to go. I have made some bits and pieces. I'm going to show you. I found this gorgeous lace with butterflies on, and I know some people might not have that when they're, but you know, there are little things that you can add in that maybe you haven't got, that I haven't got. That you might have. I've done all my words, I've inked them all up, and I've made some little tags. Oh, hang on, I'm just getting so excited about this, honestly. I've made loads, and that little envelope, hang on, that's glued now. I've made these little envelopes. Look how dinky they, with that's with this paper. I used quite thick, I think 200 GSM, but I made these little envelopes. How cute are they? I've made some little pockets. I'm so proud of myself. I just scored my little edges. I've cut the cross. They all meet quite nicely. Look at that. And I've popped a little butterfly on that, and that's all ready to go for one pocket. I made a little tag. I've got this lace that I wanted to use up, and I've popped a bit under there. I've then put one of my little envelopes on, one of the beautiful butterflies. I've tucked a little, oh gosh, one of those down there. Sorry, I can't think. I've put one of the Just Breathes, and I'm just using my pink twine, this baker's twine for the, now I don't have a crocodile. I've put a pink one on my Christmas list, so I may have one after Christmas. But what I've done is, Amanda showed on a while ago on a video where she made some little so I've little sort of hole covers, reinforcers. So basically I thought I cut out, and I'm only telling you this in case this is something maybe you haven't got a crocodile. So I cut out the normal hole with my little hole puncher, and then I thought, well, I've got various size circles, but I haven't got the real tiny one. So I thought, right, I've got a balloon. So I cut out a couple of balloons, and I then cut round the circle to make it a little circle. And then I put them on. So I've got a little reinforcer on here just to sort of help it. So yeah, I made that one. So there's that. I'm just going to put them out of the way when I show you, because otherwise I can see it looks a bit of a mess. But this is an organised mess to me. I made this little tag. Oh, that's an extra. I've popped a little envelope just under the, I had used a bit of this paper as a little belly, made a little belly band. Popped one of the little butterflies. I got this little thread and made a little sort of bow, and I've popped one of my little gems on there. I've popped behind a little tag there, and I made a little envelope, and popped that in the belly band, and then I've made a pocket there, and I've put a little tag in the pocket there. So that's that one. I thought, because I could make all these things before, what else have I made? Hang on. This one, I tried my hole puncher thing, which is a bit like a sort of a button stapler, but I don't think it worked very well. But anyway, I popped another little butterfly, some of that little string, a little tiny diamante, one of the words from the word soup, and then I've just popped it on with a little paper clip. So there's that one as well. What else have I made? I've just been getting everything ready, actually, really, with the envelopes. Everything is in. I'm all ready to go now. I know it looks like a bit of a mess, but it is an organised mess for me. So I just thought I'd pop on and show you that. I'm going to go off camera and continue because my voice isn't very good, and I don't want to keep speaking. But yeah, I just thought I'd stop and show you. I mean, this is just so exciting because this is the way I think this is, never having done a journal before. I like to be quite organised, and this is an organised mess here, but I think by doing all my ephemera and my bits and pieces and doing some tags and little pockets and things like that, I want to do that before I then go into actually doing the journal. I've got everything printed out. I say all the little cards, I've inked everything, so we're good to go. So yeah, I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm going to carry on crafting. So yeah, I will be back, so I'll speak to you later. Hi everyone, I'm back. I've done a bit of work on my journal. I did that last night when I recorded yesterday, so I've come back on today. There is a bit of sun still in the on the desk here, so sorry about that, but I don't think I can move it. No, I've drawn the curtain. Anyway, just a little update. I've been making bits and pieces. I've made some pockets to go in. I've made these little tags with some lace, and yeah, I think I showed you some last night. Made lots of bits and pieces, and I have started adding so oh, there we go, can you believe it, adding some bits. I did this front page, did a little envelope, but without showing you the rest of the journal, I thought I was going to do the front page with you because I had a little idea. You know what happens with ideas, don't you? So this is going to be the front page, and what I've done, so I've popped that down. I'm thinking probably going to use my ribbon on the outside or some on the inside rather than the outside on this one. So I've printed off another piece of this this card, but I've done it a bit thicker, and I've cut out a piece just a bit smaller with a little border going round, because I'm going to make a pocket in here. I'm going to make a pocket, and I've made a tag, a large tag with the pink dotted to go inside of here. However, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to move the book out the way a minute, because I've drawn a heart on the back. I've got I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to cut the heart out. Where's my little GoPro thing, whatever it's called? Let's cut this out. Cut the heart out of the middle of this. Right, let's see. This is quite thick, so I'm hoping I'll be able to do it. This is quite good. Hey, isn't that typical? She's been quiet all this time. I'm trying to keep to the edge, but trying to make it a nice shaped heart. I'm hoping that's hasn't quite gone there, has it? So let me just turn it around and go back on. I should really have my sticky mat underneath me. Where is it not cut properly? There. It's because I haven't got my sticky mat. I've got a sticky mat that I normally have underneath. Let's just see. Yeah, it has gone through. Ah, just needs a little bit of coaxing, that's all. Needs a bit of coaxing out, that's all. Come on, out you come. Don't want to rip this, so I'm doing it very gently. I'd normally be a bit more boisterous with it, but I don't want to. There, right, that's fine. We can use that some other way, some other place. Right, it's not too bad a heart, is it? Let's put the lid on that, and I'm just going to ink around the inside because it will take away if there is any sort of imperfections. I'm just gonna sometimes highlighting the area for whatever reason, if there is any, it makes it go away. Anyway, we'll soon see, won't we? Right, what does that look like? That's not too bad, is it? So my thought is, I've got a piece of acetate. I'm going to stick that. I'm probably going to have to cut it, aren't I? Yeah, so it needs to be, let me just make a little nick in that. It needs to be about, where's my pen gone? Out there. So I only just want it covering the heart. So if I have it to there, so probably about there, and probably about there. Right, let me just cut that. Cut that to about there, and then cut that to about there. Keep those two bits. And then I should be able to stick this on. It's just a thought. It's from something I did in the bee journal, but in the back page, where I did a flip pocket. But I'm just thinking of something slightly different. Now, I'm going to have to use very thin. I've got some of that red liner tape, haven't I? Where have I put that? Because I don't want it sticking up, that's the thing. So, what is the thinnest I've got? Because I suppose I could glue it. That's quite thin, isn't it? Is that going to be thin enough? If I glue it, what about, right, what about, I'm just thinking on the top of my, about one of these. Let's see. Daisy, there's no one there. Don't know if I'm going to get tape in there. I don't know if it's going to work. It's got to stick. Okay. I don't think this is going to. Oh, hang on, it's coming out. It's coming out. I might just have to go round it a bit. Stuck enough. This is good enough for a Wing It Wednesday. Right, we'll try. I'm only going to have one shot at this, aren't I? Yes. Yes. There we go. Right. Right. Okay. I mean, it's not the greatest heart, is it? But it was what I was looking for. So let's go back to the front cover. Make sure I got it around the right way. Pop that down. This is what my thought is. Now, do I round the edges or not? No. So I'm going to stick it down here very finely. I'm going to go for my Fabri-Tac because I just really do want a very fine line. And I want it 3. I want to go down the 3 edges. 1, 2, 3. Right. Is this going to work? Is this going to work? Right, you don't get much wiggle room. Right, so my aim was, which is slightly, I've done it on thicker cardstock and that's thinner. So this is whiter. This is a bit yellower. I don't know. It still looks the same, I think, from a distance. So you've got the same pattern. And my thought was, once that's dry, is that I pop a tag in and the tag will show the heart a different colour. I don't know if that's too long. Maybe I need to shorten the tag a bit. I could take a little bit off that tag, actually. Maybe it's a bit big. And I'm not going to put anything on the tag because it's it can be a journal. But how cool is that? Maybe, yeah. Anyway, then I got, and I did do some prep. That's the little heart, so we can keep that. I did have, where did I put that piece? Ah, there. So I cut a piece of this, down. I've inked round it, and then I've just done like a banner. Now I'm wondering, shall I go there or shall I go across the middle? So I'm going to stick this on top. Right, let's do this first. Stick this on first. This was just, I printed this on some old paper. So, oh, that landed the right way up. So I'm just going to stick this in the middle, just so that it goes right there. That's about right. And then I haven't chosen. And I want something that's going to be too long. So it's going to have to be one of these shorter ones, isn't it? So we could have create art every day. That's too long. We could have laugh out loud. Don't want that for the front page. Don't want that. Do what you love. That's quite nice. Yep, so it's one of those two. Colour your world. Oh, I like that as well. That's too long. That's too long. That's the same. Believe in yourself. Right, we're down to 4 people. Get rid of that one. It's going to be one of them. Believe in yourself or do what you love. I think believe in yourself. There we go. I didn't need any help. I did decide. I like that as the front. That's going to be so cool. How's that? Wiggle, Jenny. Let's get it in right. A little tissue. There. So then, do I put it across the middle of the heart or at the bottom of the heart? Or just there? Oh gosh. What do I do now? No, Daisy, thank you. Do you know what? I think I'm going to go there. Or do we think that's going to spoil the heart? Or do we go there? Because I was thinking I would like to put some butterflies or something in the corner. Now, let me just close this up a bit. It's because there's people outside. Sorry. I'm going to throw her outside the room in a minute because if she doesn't stop barking. So I was thinking, yeah, maybe some little butterflies, or I could put something on the front. And if I did that there, oh, you know when you can't decide? I'm going to leave it for a minute and think about it, because once I've stuck it down, I've made that decision. So, but that's the front page. I'm going to pop that in there for a minute and we'll have a think about that. So I'm going to do another page with you and then I'm going to go off, and that'll be the video for today. So I've done my little front page. I've done that one. I'm leaving those two. I've done a little butterfly there. That one I'm leaving. I've done one there. I don't want to show you all of the pages yet because I'm not doing a final reveal yet, and I don't want to show you that yet. Then we were into the middle page. So I think, oh, I've done that one. I was leaving that one. Right, I was going to do this one next here. So we're working with the colour where it went a bit off colour. So I've made this lovely little tag, which I'm thinking, is that too long now? Shall I shorten it a bit? I think, because I'm thinking I want to put something across here. And what have I got in my spare bag here? This spare material. This is what I've been using to cut up on. That's spare. That's a spare piece as well, but I don't think that's going to be long enough, although it could be if I do it in the middle. Yeah, that would work, wouldn't it? Yes, right. Okay, I've got a thought. Please stick with me. I'm just making sure it's light enough in here. I'm just going to turn that light on. See if that's better. Yeah, I hope that's better. Just make sure you're in camera. Move everything up a bit. There we go. Right, yeah, bear with me. I'm just going to make sure that this is straight. Yeah, that is straight. Right, so what we're going to do, see, I've got everything out on the desk. I'm just going to get my scoreboard and I'm just going to do a tiny little 1/4 of an inch down on there, and then I'm also going to do a 1/4 down there, and I'm going to do a 1/4 down there. Right, yes, so let me just burnish that. Oh, that doesn't look straight, does it? Hang on. Let me just look. Something is amiss there. And I can't have that. Right, let's just chop that end off. That's better. It was only a fraction, but it means... And I couldn't have that on the front page. That would really bother me, which means that I think my bottom line is out. It's thicker there than it is there. So let me go back. That's why. There we go. I'm going to join up. There we go. Right. Sorry about that, but I wouldn't be able to live with it. Wouldn't be able to live with that, I'm afraid. Right, that's better. There we go. Okay, so... this could be a bit thicker, but it's not. So let me just get my scissors. And we're going to go cut across, straight through the cross, straight through the X. Just check my little corners. No, that one needs to come off a bit more. Just a bit. Yeah, that doesn't touch. And that one doesn't touch. Right, so my idea is, and we're going to have a very, very small, little tiny, just fold that in half a minute. I only want a rough. Just see where the middle is. Yeah. Right, let's ink that up. Because I've inked everything else, so this has got to be inked. Has to be. Yeah, I've done everything else. Right, this is just thinking off the top of my head. I know I've said it before, but I've only ever done 2, so it really is. I'm sure once you do a few more, you get the idea of what you're, doing. Do you think that's going to be, is that going to be deep enough? Because it's quite a big... Right, there is another solution. But I don't want to cover the middle up. What about if I went across? Oh my Lord. I'm in a right predicament here, people, and I bet someone's shouting, Jenny, do this, do this. See, the thing is, if I do that, it's not going to hold it, is it? I mean, I could do that, I suppose. That's going to hold it, isn't it? That'll hold it in, won't it? Do we think? Or do I just leave that one for the back page? How about, I've got a smaller one, haven't I? Oh no, that one's just as big, isn't it? Oh, right. Sorry about this. You know when you're just not sure. Right, I've got 2 more tags that I haven't decorated yet. Okay, so they're a bit shorter. I still think that's not going to be deep enough. So I'm thinking I could have that tag on there. I can glue that. Doesn't need to be thick. And that will just stick in there. Yeah. Right. Okay, gonna go for it. This is thinking on your toes, isn't it? I'm just going to take 2 off either end. Probably taking too much off now, that's fine. Let's just ink the ends. I've already inked around, it's only the ends. Now I would fold it, don't need to make it too deep. So if I have it about there, I can still decorate this a little bit, couldn't I? Just not much. That's the only one I've got left, isn't it? I'm just checking. I haven't got any of the others. No, I haven't. So right, let's do that. Okay. Just going to do a very thin line there and a very thin line there. Oh, whoops. Right, gonna have to let that dry before I try and... My tag will fit in there. Okay, if that's the case, then what we're going to do, make a hole in the middle of that. I'm going to get a tiny bit of string to pop in there. Got to wait for my crocodile for Christmas to be able to do this. Make it look even nicer. Right, so that, when it's dry, that can go in there. Now, there is still a little bit of room for something. So we could, or shall we just leave that, actually, let's just leave that tag blank for someone to journal on. Okay. And then whether it goes there or there, like that, I'm still going to have this little space in the corner. So I'm going to decorate that. Because I want some, I could do that page, couldn't I? Because there's actually, yeah, right. Oh dear, you know when you're thinking of something and then you think, oh gosh, I could have done that, couldn't I? See, I could have done that and then I could have that like that and then that could be a little tuck. Oh dear, you know when you just, right. What else have I got? Right, I've got this one, because if I just glue it there. Right, let's leave that piece there unglued. I'm going to glue around this bit and just to there. So I'm going to leave that whole piece free. And then that can just glue there. But I've only glued that edge. So actually I've still got this piece here. And what I could do is get one of those. Get one of those. Get a piece of this. Right, let's just chop a piece of that off in the corner. Half that. I'm only literally just chopping the camera in half. Okay, and then I'm just going to make right. Where's my puncher? Where's my hole punch? I didn't want this. Sorry, I didn't want this to be this long, but this is what's happened. Right, let's do that. Put that there out of the way. Then I'm just going to glue this little bit together. Put a bit of glue there, a bit of glue there. That's the top. In fact, I'm going to do it that way. Not that. Let's just do the corner of the edges there. And we can write on that because actually it was just part of the, yeah, we can have it like that. Then I'm going to glue that on there. I'm going to throw her out because someone's coming to the door, obviously. Let me just close the door. You know, it's typical, isn't it? Been beavering away and she's been quiet all day until I decide to come on here. Right, that's going to go there. And then I want a little, I've got these little butterflies here. Although, do I want a bit of lace? Maybe a bit of lace. I'm trying to use this up as well. And I've used this throughout the journal. Not that you'll know that yet because you haven't seen it. But it's just got a little bit of sticky on it. I'm just thinking that could go there. Then I can put my butterfly. In fact, what I'm going to do is I've got some little sticky pads somewhere. Where did I put those? See, this looks a mess, but it is an organised mess, I have to say. However, oh, there they are, right in front of me. I'm just going to put 2 of these on the butterfly because they slightly stick up then. And I only want it attached in the middle. Please, I hope you're still with me. If you're still watching at this point, please put a green heart at the end of this, that you've watched it. Right. There we go. Okay. Happy with that. We could even have one of these. Yeah, let's just stick that in the corner as well. So it's a bit like a little, I could have made that a hidden paper clip actually, but I'm just going to stick that under there. There, like that. And then actually, if I'd have put the paper clip on it, it could have gone under there, couldn't it? However, I think it's still going to go under. It will still. You can always do it sideways actually, like that. There we go. Right, happy with that? Yes, I'm happy with that. Right, I'm going to finish it there. And I'm going to do some more off camera because this is going to be too long otherwise. So thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know what you think. I hope you're enjoying it. And it will soon be the reveal. Take care, everyone. Crafty hugs. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.